The PlaySeat Challenge is said to be one of the best budget racing seats. Here's what it's all about and whether it will improve your sim racing experience. Sim racing has seen explosive growth in recent times, partly because real motorsport died for a large part of 2020. Cheers Coroni. It was digital racing in games like iRacing that took up the slack. The issue with sim racing is that you need at least a steering wheel and a sturdy surface to attach it to, but even then this is suboptimal. For a more authentic and easier experience, a gaming seat is the answer. Assuming, of course, you're allowed to take up valuable space. One of the cheapest options from a recognized brand is the PlaySeat Challenge. It costs somewhere between £165 and £200, a bit more in dollars and about the same in euros. Yes, that's quite a lot of money, but then pro-level sim racing equipment can cost thousands. Is this glorified deck chair able to compete though? And does it make much difference? Despite looking a little on the flimsy side, the PlaySeat Challenge is surprisingly robust. The Alcantara covered seat and metal legs feel sturdy in person, well constructed, and good quality. Yes, the Alcantara bit you sit on is that soft material found in race cars, supercars, and generally fancy machinery. It's no wonder then the overall aesthetic is that of a bucket seat, in my case black with some tasteful red stitching. A louder all-over blue version is available. Supposedly, the material is easy to clean, although I decided against smearing crisps and fizzy drinks to put that to the test. It does, however, seem durable. The weakest element of the PlaySeat Challenge is the use of Velcro to keep the backrest upright. There's another to secure the back and provide some support. Fortunately, the straps are wide and the Velcro connection area is sizable and sticky. My 80 odd kilogram and 6-foot frame has not had any issues so far. A simple DIY fastening could be made if you did. Getting in and out is made easier by the metal steering wheel support bar, which lifts out of the way. A rotating bit of plastic holds it in place and locks tight, so movement when driving is minimized. Knowing steering wheels can be heavy, there's an extendable leg on the bottom left of the frame to ensure the PlaySeat Challenge avoids toppling over when the support bar is up. A thoughtful touch, just don't forget to use it. Another feature, and one your better half will be pleased to know, is that the PlaySeat Challenge folds up and without having to detach the pedals and wheel. To maximize compactness, set the steering wheel in a downward position and use another Velcro strap to hold the pedals up. Voila! In terms of getting comfy, there's no seat height adjustment, although loosening the Velcro straps changes the angle of the 80cm backrest. Nor can you change the height of the steering wheel. All you can do is adjust the angle of tilt. However, the pedal attachment, which uses a combination of a metal bar at the end and yet another Velcro strap to hold everything in place, can be moved forwards and backwards and tightened using a combination of 2 red twisty knobs and 2 extending poles. No jokes. The steering wheel plate can also be moved forward and backwards a few inches, just in case you want to be nearer or closer to the wheel. The whole setup is not as adjustable as something pricier or bespoke, but the PlaySeat Challenge can accommodate a wide range of heights. PlaySeat claims between 120cm and 220, but not widths. The seat's maximum width of 42cm or 16.5 inches cannot be adjusted. Note that the PlaySeat Challenge is designed for up to 122 kilograms of weight. Beyond that, there's a good chance the fabric will sag onto the support bar below the seat, which may prove uncomfortable. Fanatec, Logitech, and Thrustmaster steering wheels and pedals are officially supported. Best case, you can use the pre-drilled holes and away you go. Or the built-in desk clamp if you had something like the Logitech G923. Check out my review. Worst case, you would have to drill new holes, although this is unlikely unless you use something old, obscure, or want to fine-tune the steering wheel location. My Thrustmaster TS-XW, Logitech G923, and Fanatec CSL Elite fitted with no issue. You just need at least 2 M6 bolts, not too short, and an Allen key to tighten them. Even after some lengthy endurance racing, I found the PlaySeat Challenge comfortable. I just had to move the steering wheel back a bit as it was too close and recline the seat back as the headrest is too firm to lean on for too long. With those adjustments, I never got tired of sitting in it. There's enough back support to avoid unnecessary pain, at least for my frame anyway, while the driving position and adjustment catered for my build nicely. I will say that the Alcantara, though soft enough to sit on without a t-shirt, blame the British heatwave we just had, is hardly the most breathable material in hot weather. But then the same could be said of leather or other alternatives. Also, stability will be better in pricier seats, but never once did I feel it's an issue, even with the more powerful TS-XW and CSL Elite wheels in place. This is partly because your body weight anchors the PlaySeat Challenge to the floor. I will also say that you may want to double check the dimensions if you are small. It's not so much the seat height, as it's only 42 centimeters off the floor and 40 centimeters in depth, but I could see someone short having to peer over the steering wheel, which if you want to see where you're going, is not ideal. Compared to the office chair I'd been using before, the PlaySeat makes a world of difference. Not only is the seating position low and therefore more like a race car, it locks your accessories in place so there's little movement when steering and operating the pedals. Unless perhaps you are Mr. Stampy of Stampy-upon-Trent or noticeably top heavy. Even compared with my £100 GT Amiga racing stand, the PlaySeat Challenge feels more professional and ergonomic. It's a more natural seating position that helps you concentrate on your driving. Now, I'm not saying it will make you a faster driver, nor is it especially cheap, but it does reduce the impediments that can hinder driving skill progress, and for long races you'll be thankful for giving yourself something other than a dining chair. I would go as far as saying that factoring in a decent racing seat like the PlaySeat Challenge is perhaps a better idea than buying a pricier steering wheel, as the force feedback returns diminish rapidly beyond a certain price point. Honestly, a decent mid-range wheel such as the Logitech G923 or Thrustmaster T300 plus the PlaySeat Challenge and practice will be ample for getting good at sim racing and setting fast lap times. There are options on eBay that add a plate with holes that let you bolt on your shifter or handbrake. In my case, the Thrustmaster TS-XW Sparco handbrake that can act as a sequential shifter. There's also an official PlaySeat offering for £26 that bolts to the steering wheel plate. I went with a more versatile offering from Lowdown Shifter. Each kit is designed specifically for each sim racing accessory and can be attached on either the left or right, depending on whether you are used to right or left hand drive. For the TSS and other shifters with 2 attachment points, it can be tempting to follow the instructions exactly and have it where these supports cross. However, in doing so you lose the ability to fold the chair, and your better half may not like that. So consider doing what I've done and stick it on the forward arm. Just make sure to avoid knocking the gear stick with the wheel when getting in and out. This position actually makes it easier to reach said gear stick, especially if you angle it towards you. You could do some sort of DIY fix, yes, but the Lowdown Shifter route is sturdy and comes with all the fittings, including the correct bolts and different size rubber clamps to fine-tune an accessory's height and angle. This or the official PlaySeat solution are my recommendations. So should you buy the PlaySeat Challenge? Well, for those where space and money is limited or simply want to give sim racing a go without investing big, the PlaySeat Challenge is one of the best budget racing seats. It's more than up to the job of sim racing unless you have particularly small or large proportions. Even better is that it looks decent too, and it really does enhance the driving experience without forcing you to give up too much space. Plus, those who travel will find this thing a lot easier to lug around than a proper fixed seat like the PlaySeat Evolution or equivalent. Ultimately, if you've gone as far as to buy a steering wheel to add to the immersion of your racing games, it's not the worst idea to give yourself something decent to attach it to, especially as the steering wheels themselves have gone up in price, quite noticeably. And if you ever upgrade, change your mind, or your better half puts their foot down, the PlaySeat Challenge appears to hold its value rather well these days. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Be sure to like, subscribe, join the Discord, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care, bye.
Caution, narrows, hard brake, 80. Right 3 short, rock in, into left 4, and flat right, 30.